Reality dumedisa, the cell phone, the computer, the TV. Welcome to Mkhukhu Experience. Oh, Sepiso Amay. Legaina. Today we have a very beautiful guest. Her name is Renei. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any waste of time, let's welcome Soshanguve.
Welcome. Thank you. You look beautiful, by the way. Isn't she pretty?
She's beautiful.
She's pretty, huh? She's pretty. Okay. Renei, Mkhukhu Experience. You're looking fantastic. And for those who don't know you, just briefly tell us who you are, where you're from, what do you do, today, and so on and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm Soshanguve. Renei is my stage name. It's from my second name, Reneei. Kumalo, I am from Soshanguve, born and bred.
Born and bred.
Yeah, you see now, Yala from Limpopo and whatnot. I'm from
Shame.
I'm a musician. I'm a vocalist, and the reason I'm saying musician is because of the musical background via academics. So I want,
right.
Yeah, so I'm not just claiming, hey.
Yeah.
So I am a vocalist. Mostly sing jazz and just recently doing house music. It's very fun.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's me basically in a nutshell. Yeah, I love arts. Anything that has to do with arts has to do with me.
Yeah. So classical music.
Yes.
As you mentioned, outlay
No.
Yes. Why classical music?
I had an opportunity in high school to choose 7 subjects, and music was one of the subjects. So that's where classical started. And when we started learning, I was like, wow, this is beautiful, this is interesting. So this is how music is made. Yeah, but then the theory part of it was the interesting part of it. The singing part of it, I know. I couldn't. I know.
I can imagine.
So even when you composer, are you composing music or just do it naturally like others?
Sure, it comes very different to me. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll be just sitting and then if I have my things, because sometimes you have a song and you like in the toilet, you like so that you don't forget the melody. But if I'm in a chill space and I have my things there, like my stuff notation and everything, then I can jot down via classical vibes. Even in jazz they do that, so I can do that. It just depends on how the inspiration comes at that time. Sometimes the lyrics, sometimes melody without lyrics, so it differs really, but I can write.
So do you have anything how classical? Because right now you're doing Afro, right?
Yeah.
So do you have anything in your album or the work that you have and working on at the moment? It's just classical.
No, I don't. Well, whenever classical is involved is when I'm writing for someone. Like recently there was someone who asked me to write a song. They gave me a theme of the song and what the lyrics should be about. And so the person is very classically inclined. So I wrote a song in classical for that person. But when I write for myself generally, I usually write in jazz. So when it's another genre, then someone will send me like a music instrument there, so that gives me that inspiration. But if it's just me, I go jazz.
Right. Which takes me back to Untitled Music. Tell me about that. Why was somebody lazy enough to not title the group?
Okay, so that is funny.
Yeah.
So my friends and I, we wanted to start a group. It was a girls only group, and we came up with a name. And then we went on and we were trying to register the name, the group. and we find that the name is existing already.
Oh.
But then the person is like not really there, but then the name is registered
Yeah.
still. And the thing is, we had a gig coming up, so the reason we came together was because we already had a gig.
Yeah.
So we went there without a name to perform. And then they kept on asking us, what's your name, what's your name? We're like, are we untitled? And so the person was like, oh, so what's your name? And so he introduced us as that we have untitled and they're going to perform for us. Like,
That's
how
right.
they
Because I'm looking at them like, who comes up with a name called Untitled? You know?
That's very cute.
So who else have you worked with since your Untitled days?
Well, I've been working with most of my fellow students from TUT. I've been working with some house cats from around here. You know, the backroom studio
Yeah,
situation.
that's where most hits come from.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, so I've been working with a lot of people locally. Like people who are trying to come up, just as I'm also starting to come up. So yeah, just local is like
Yeah. So a lot of in the news right now, you know, what we're talking about is the GBV, but mostly the kidnappings and the way we as females don't feel safe anymore because of what's going on. So how do you feel about this, and what are you doing just to change things so you feel a little bit more safer, and what have you had to adjust?
Sure. Well, I had to adjust my working around times.
Okay.
Like there's a time when streets become very quiet. That makes me very uncomfortable. So when there's movement, and it also depends where the movement is. So I think I feel safer now around in areas that I'm familiar with. Whereas I know that if something happens, if kutangaruna danger, I can run to the nearest one.
Yeah.
So like I don't really know how I can do more to protect myself, because we don't really know who these people are.
Yeah.
And what's even more aggravating is when you hear the Minister of Police saying there is no such thing, the kids are not being kidnapped, but yet you see missing.
Every day.
So you ask yourself, if this person doesn't know that this is happening, then they're not going to be able to protect you from it.
Yeah.
So like we're just thinking of carrying a pepper spray, situations like carry something.
It takes me to a point. I feel bad being a man, and when you watch your television every day, a man did this to a woman, a man did that to a woman, a child. So what would you say when it comes to your relationship with men? How okay relationship is it enriching for or how would you describe that relationship?
Well, that's a very tricky one. I think with what is happening now, it's very hard to make new connects. So my relationship with the men that are in my life are the people that I know. And if I still feel like to a certain extent I need to be vigilant and cautious, if like you always suspect him, because what we're hearing in the news is the boyfriend did that, the father did that, so it's people close to you, so we're not really sure if you're next, like is this person right here planning something against me, so like there's that level of comfortability that is not really 100%.
Or if the guy who's sitting next to you, who's hitting on you, if he's going to be the next guy who
you never know.
You never know. Like you can
So,
never be sure. So it's like we're working on eggshells. That's what's happening. Like it's eggshells everywhere. Like you always setting people out. Like and then like the olden days, you chat come taxi and then laugh and then you get off like bye bye. When someone starts talking to you, thinking what's the alternative? Why is this person so nice to me? Like we're so distrusting.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's why I don't visit. Like you just stay at home. It's better the devil you know. Like when you're in your home with your brother and your father, you know when he's in a foul mood. You know how to react to that and how to avoid conflict and whatnot. So when you are outside with your uncles and your cousins and whatnot, you're not really like very comfortable in a sense you know their mood, even if they're masking it. So if you're going to tell me, okay, this one is not fine too, even though you're smiling, Maraka, you're not okay. So you just stay at home with people you know, you're safer that way. Like, okay, he's in a bad mood, let's stay away.
Moving on. Right, coming back, swiftly back to the music part of your life. What are your future aspirations and what has been your highlight, ever since you started this whole business, and what are you looking forward to in the near future?
Well, my highlight has been performing at the Tshwane Color Run Festival.
Okay.
So the multitude of people that was there, they were like crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, if it was my show, and it was best packed, like that would be so lit. So it was not my thing. I was just an invited artist. But yeah, if I could see myself, I'm not even too much into like this whole celebrity status and whatnot. There's people who are thriving in the background. They filling up stadiums and whatnot, like Casper. But then they I don't know, underrated, if I may put it that way. So if my music could reach more people than it is reaching people now, that's like where I'm headed to. I just want people to know my music. I just want people to know me because that's my music. That is me. I'm not even trying to be somebody else. I'm not trying to imitate anybody. I don't care if the trend is like my piano. I do my thing. So if I could reach more people and have that conversation musically vibes with you, that's the thing, that's the China album selling and I want my music to be out there, and I'm not just talking local, I'm talking international. I'm seeing myself abroad,
over there
with your Rachel Farrell, the legend. And I'll be like,
right.
So, but that's I want to see myself bigger than what I am now.
Renei, Wanamma,
yes,
you've been an excellent guest.
Thank you.
It's been so lovely having you. And Ramecha. Thank you so much for joining us. Right, you've been lovely. We have enjoyed having you here with us, and I'm sure Mufti can attest to that it's always great to speak to fellow musicians and hear what they're saying. In closing,
we are in the same struggle, guys.
I
wish you all the best in your career, and just do your best.
Thank you very much.
Le nagamoka di computing, di phone, di cell phone, di TV, kere nagamoka Mkhukhu Experience. Peace. Bye bye.
Bye.